Right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Wednesday, May 25th. Getting ready to take down some wines from the Augustin Huneeus Vintners portfolio tonight, including the great Quintesso, one of the top wines of Napa Valley. But first, we got a few things to sell you. Well, one thing to sell you. And we got a new bit. That's right, folks. We have got the kids in, finally got the kids in to do something. Not what I wanted them to do, but they seem to have two little minds of their own. And they wanted to do an experiment with an exploding volcano. So that's the first part of the video with the kids on them. And the second one is the painting of the glasses here. You know, we've got some new accessories. And you can just guess which one's painted by which child here. Which one's a girl and which one is the boy. Okay, we should give someone a prize who guesses that. But check out the video after this one, the picture with the kids on it, to see their video. And what have I got to sell you guys today? Well, we just had a vintage Piedmont tasting in the store on Friday. I can still taste the wines. I mean, you know, the world was supposed to end on Saturday at 6 o'clock. Didn't happen. So we're still here. But you know how I'm going out on my last evening on Earth. Probably drinking vintage Piedmont wines. And we had this tasting scheduled. I had no idea the world was supposed to end the next day, folks. We do this as a regular basis. One of the top wines from that tasting was this Pianpolvere wine. And I visited this property, actually my first trip to the Piedmont in 1994, but it was owned by the Finocchio family. At that time, the Miglarini family bought in 1998. The first wine, it was kind of a joint venture between the two, the old families and the new families. And it's 1999 and 2000 vintage wine from them, both killer Barolos. And, you know, I'm really excited when I can offer great older vintage Barolo at less than half of the price that we released this wine at, or that we initially offered this wine at when we brought in the 1999 vintage. Yes, folks, that's correct. This is part of the Robert Shatterton portfolio of wines that we have had, and we've been selling it close to just ridiculous prices, half the current release for these older vintage wines, ready to drink. Well, these wines still have a little time left in them. You know, 99, a classic vintage in the Piedmont. 2000, a little more highly touted from the American press. You know, the 2000 vintage got 100 points from the Wine Spectator. That elusive 100-point score. However, I don't think any of the wines from that vintage scored 100 points. But these wines both have my top rating, which is killer. And, you know, the difference between the 99 and the 2000 to me is, you know, you could tell these wines apart blind. The 2000 is just a little bigger, a little richer, and the 99 has got more structure to it, typical of those two vintages. But both of these wines are stunning. Like I said, this historic property was bought by Valentino Miglarini in 1998. And, you know, you talk to some of the legendary producers in the Piedmont, you know, Bruno Giacosa, when asked, you know, what's the top vineyard sites in all of Barolo? Pianpolvere, he named first. That's right, folks, and he doesn't even make wine from that vineyard. All right, well, Renato Ratti also, you know, would put this as one of the top vineyard sites in all of Barolo. He is a, you know, a very famous man in the Piedmont, and listed it, you know, as one of his Grand Crus. And the subzone, well, this is from the Monforte di Alba commune. It's from the Busia province, the Busia Soprano vineyard. Well, Aldo Conterno makes a Busia Soprano and a killer juice also. And as I mentioned before, this vineyard, one of the most exceptional for Barolo because of its southwest exposure. And also, it has a wonderful kind of hidden the way that it hides the wind from coming in and making, you know, huge abrupt changes in temperatures. The ventilation, the word I was searching for there, very good in this vineyard. And, you know, also during the pollination stages, for some reason this vineyard seems to pollinate very evenly almost every vintage as well. So the subsoils are formed from a layer of sand and varies consistency to brown, gray, and yellow in color, and with a lot of capacity for water retention here. And then there's layers of fossils here, marine fossils, that also add complexity to this vineyard site. So a really outstanding site, and two of the best Barolos we have had in the store for under $100 ever. Check them out on this offer, the 1999 and 2000 Pianpolvere Busia Soprano Barolos. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.